Hello, we have a Hall of Fame film, this time from the European server. It's sebastianptoachka in his looks again. We're in Fiery Salient. Standard mode north spawn, and he's already told his team he is going to be spotting from E1 and ask them to set up to snipe whatever he sees. It helps to tell people what you plan to do. They can't read your mind. They have no way of knowing where you plan to go. And even if you go to popular spots, that does not guarantee anybody's going to set up to take advantage of your spot. So it's good to tell them, hey, I'm going here. I'm going to see tanks here. You know, it might be cool if some of you went there to shoot what I'm going to see. And then people who are paying attention know, hey, this is a good scout. He's going to get spots for me, and I'm going to be able to get damage without getting shot in return. So this is like a cool thing. I'm going to go do it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it won't work unless you tell them. So we have 3 artillery on both teams, 2 scouts on both teams. The enemy team has a couple extra mediums, but overall pretty evenly matched tanks. They may have just a little bit of a mobility advantage. And this is it's a half-court spotting and passing map combined. You can half-court spot in the middle. You passive spot on the flanks. He's gone up to the bush in the E1. This is it's a vision control race if you try to go up there, because if the opposing team tries for the same thing, sometimes they light each other up. You either both retreat or get stubborn and say, I'm going to go there anyway, and probably die. So now he's just praying he wasn't seen, and he was, so he has to back out right away. He tried to get there and couldn't do it. And now you're hoping somebody please shoot that Type 64, and one person did. Now if the Type 64 dies, guess what he's going to do? Slam on the brakes, spin it around, and go back up there. And he immediately gets a spot on the Tiger Porsche. Now nobody behind him is in position yet to do anything with that, so you just sit and be patient and wait for him to move up and start getting kills or shots. The Artie may be able to shoot aim in. T-34-1 in the middle. As long as you place your tank well here in that bush, the people out here won't see you. If you set up incorrectly, then they will. Now it's just a matter of being patient and letting your team do the work for you. You're doing the vision work for them, they're doing the shooting work for you. And if they're at all accurate, you end up having a good mission due to their damage. The Tiger is obviously one of those heavy drivers that are far too common that said, hey, that guy just got blown up ahead of me. I better move up there and see what did it. Whereupon he will die too. I don't know why heavies do that, but they do. Shoot them and they stop cold for the next 3 minutes. But let them see somebody else die. They just can't wait to get there to sniff the ground and smell the blood and figure out who the hell shot that guy. Even though they know they can't see him, because the last guy couldn't see him, and they're going to get shot without seeing what killed him again. Off they go. They do it game after game after game. Sometimes 3 or 4 tanks do it right in a row in the same game. If somebody died, don't go to that spot. You are 100% certain the enemy can see it and shoot that spot, so don't go there. Don't go close to it. If anything, look at your mini-map and figure out, okay, where could they be that they could shoot that spot? And maybe I can go investigate at a distance and try to light somebody up. Here, it's no mystery. It's the big brawl, vision control shootout down Camper Road. You pretty much know where they're at. You just don't know exactly which bush to shoot at. Now he's going to run forward because he knows the one tank's way off there to the middle. There's the scout way up on, well, there was the scout up on top of the hill, so there's only like 1 or 2 tanks possible to light up down here with the exception of the artillery. And hopefully his teammate kills him before he gets lit up, which now you're starting to wonder. It's like, if somebody shoots this guy, he may end up doing it himself. Bam. Teammates won't shoot him? No problem. I'll take care of that for you. Is that a guy camping on the capsule? Could it be a bot? Hardy's chasing him down, trying to go TD on him. He gets a fire and he takes him out. 2 tanks left. And they pretty much are here because it's the only place they could possibly be. It's the only unexplored place left on the map. And there they are. The Hummel has just enough hit points that a Luchs can't kill it unless it gets a fire. It takes 2 clips to kill a Hummel. But if it gets a fire, it can. Either way, that was another fast battle. Almost as fast as the one we saw in Ensk. Not quite as fast, but almost. Considering this is a 1,000 square meter map instead of a 600 square meter map, it was like this team was actually even more efficient than the last one because they had way more space to cover. Sebastianptoachka ends up with I have to make sure I'm looking at this right. 6, because you aren't going to believe this. This is the first place Hall of Fame, by the way. 686 damage, which is low for him in a Hall of Fame film. 2 kills, also low. 28 of 40 for 70%. And now check out this number. It's only a tier 7 fight, and it's in a tier 4 scout. Listen to this number. Take a guess. How much spotting damage did he just rack up? I guarantee you that 95 or higher percent of you aren't even going to be within 1,000 points of what he did. He did 8,420 spotting damage, which is just insane. And he got 12 spots. He made 45,175 credits. Now, XP, you probably already looked at it, 3,353. So far to date, now you have to understand that not everyone turns in all their best battles to WOT replays, but so far this is the most XP ever turned in by a Luchs on WOT replays. So it's just a crazy good mission, and he didn't even really have to do anything. That's the amazing thing. He just sat there and let his teammates do it. What he did have to do in the beginning is back off when the 64 and him lit each other up, and then he realized, hey, if that guy dies, I can sprint right back up there and nobody's left to see me. So he ends up with patrol duty, a scout medal, a spotter, and fire for effect, and his battle score is 3,413, maybe? Yes, 3,413, and that puts him in the first place, and it's probably going to sit there for a long time, because it's going to be hard to top this one. When you are in a position where you can spot the enemy, and at the same time, in a situation where if you shoot, you're going to light yourself up, there's nobody threatening your position, so you're safe to sit there, don't press the trigger. He had all kinds of opportunities to shoot at tanks, even pick up a kill here and there, and he was smart enough not to do it and let his team continue to blast all the spots he was getting them. And I must say, unless he has some kind of counter to show him, he probably had no idea himself he was racking up quite that much spotting damage, because that's just a crazy amount of spotting damage. 8,421 points of damage. Be patient, and like I said, you're doing the work for your team by providing spots. Let them do the work for you and provide damage, and you end up with this kind of crazy stuff every once in a while. Into first place, taking the position away from himself, Sebastianptoachka, and his Luchs, spotting almost everybody and contributing to their kills simply by watching them die. From Fiery Salient, or as I call it, Prockery Salient, happy hunting.